of all, alcoholic beverages in any form have one thing in common, one essential ingredient which can be extracted from all of them. This is a colorless, tasteless liquid called ethanol or ethyl alcohol. Pure alcohol is deadly to living tissue. However, it dissolves readily in water and can be swallowed when sufficiently diluted. In this film, we'll mostly concern ourselves with the short-term effects of alcohol. First, it travels quickly into the bloodstream. Dissolving immediately, it next goes straight to the liver, which begins getting rid of the alcohol by changing it into another substance. However, the liver can handle just so much at one time. Any alcohol over that amount continues through unchanged. Now, about 1/5 of this alcohol travels immediately to the brain, since it requires more blood than any other single part of the body. Alcohol is not a stimulant, but an anesthetic, which quickly begins to put certain areas of the brain to sleep. Aside from the purely automatic functions, the brain has basically two roles which control our action: reason and emotion. Reason is that area of the brain which makes judgments based on logic. It might also be said to be the voice of our conscience, telling us the proper way to act in any situation. To keep us from acting like mere calculating machines, reason is balanced by emotion. Let me drive for a while. I'll show you how to have some real fun. Oh, no, I'm sorry, but you're just not responsible enough. As long as reason and emotion stay in balance, we have good mental health. Now we'll examine this balance after alcohol has been introduced into the brain. Alcohol immediately begins to put reason to sleep. Powers of judgment fail. The sense of logic is lost, and the voice of our conscience weakens. It's not too long before reason is out of commission completely. Alcohol doesn't affect everyone equally. But basically, there are 4 degrees of inebriation. To determine their effect on the health of an individual, let's flesh out our simplified diagram and place him in a drinking environment. After 1 or 2 drinks, a person loosens up. This is 1st degree inebriation. It's a mild euphoria, characterized by general relaxation, less self-consciousness, a sense of well-being. Most people who drink do not want to go beyond this first level of inebriation. For if the concentration of alcohol in the brain is increased, the drinker enters the second stage of inebriation. Let's see what this does to our friends' reason and emotion. The first area of the brain to be attacked by alcohol is the center governing judgment and logic. As these judgment areas of the brain relax, emotion begins to assert himself. This is 2nd degree inebriation. It is characterized by a loss of the self-critical facility and overreacting to events on a purely emotional level. This means that even the most innocent of accidents may bring on a totally out-of-proportion emotional display.
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Are you going to take that? He did that on purpose. Any decision that is made while emotion is in control is probably erroneous and most likely extremely embarrassing. The drinker may continue to drink without realizing how it is affecting him. He now enters the degree of inebriation that most people would call drunk. He won't notice the effects of further drinking, but his friends might see a strange Dr. Jekyll to Mr. Hyde transformation. A once gentle and kind person often becomes mean and argumentative. At a slight provocation, he becomes irritable, starts a fight. On the other hand, he may fall into a deep depression, become melancholic, break into tears. This depression can become so great that the drinker may even attempt suicide. This extreme emotionalism marks the third stage of inebriation. Also at this stage, the physical effects of alcohol are more drastic. Coordination of mind and body is almost non-existent. Vision becomes blurred or doubled. Superficial physical signs may appear, such as red blotches on the skin, a flushed face, and excessive perspiration. Fortunately, most people become ill or fall asleep before they pass the third stage of inebriation. But if they don't, and they continue to drink, they enter into the very dangerous fourth stage of inebriation. The alcohol begins to attack the automatic centers of the brain. Breathing becomes irregular. Vital processes are slowed. Skin temperature decreases. This is the fourth stage of inebriation. It is a slowing of all vital processes and possible lapse into unconsciousness or coma. Most people have an idea of the dangers of alcohol abuse, so you might wonder why so many drink. One of the major factors leading to the use and abuse of alcohol is peer group pressure. It's natural to want to be accepted as part of a group. You might say that this desire starts from the day we are born. That's when we get our first introduction to an established society. And so, in the hope of fitting in, we begin to mimic the actions of others. The need to be accepted by others stays with us most of our lives. Alcoholic beverage companies spend a great deal of money to portray drinking as sophisticated, sexy, and mature. Television, novels, motion pictures have also romanticized the image of alcohol to the point that the non-drinker is the one who seems different. All this adds up to a large amount of peer pressure, urging the individual to drink.
Here, Joe, would you like another drink?
Oh, boy, would I?
No. We've had quite enough.
What's the matter with you? You want to make him feel bad? The first drink didn't hurt us, did it?
Well, no, but it's just that we've already drunk enough.
Take a look out there. Everybody's drinking.
Well, that may be true. But it doesn't mean that we have to drink.
To drink or not to drink should be a personal decision. Let's go back to our drinker and say that this time he knows his limit. He's only had one or two drinks, just enough to loosen up. As he leaves the party, he's not even aware that he's been affected. He's certain that he can handle just about any situation. He drives well enough, but suppose he is confronted by an emergency situation. Under normal conditions, when a person perceives danger, emotion reacts in panic, but this is quickly subdued by reason. Reason then assesses the situation, makes a decision, then takes action. All this takes approximately 1 second. Now let's examine the effects of alcohol on our driver. To begin with, perception is not as clear. The danger is not recognized as fast. Then, after the trouble is recognized, the actual decision-making process is slow. Even if the decision is not hampered by faulty judgment, the reaction time may be 2 or 3 times as long. The greatest danger to physical health from the use of alcohol is accidents caused by impaired abilities. Alcohol is not a stimulant. It attacks the health triangle by first upsetting the balance between reason and emotion. This in turn interferes with normal social relations. Finally, alcohol endangers the physical side by causing the impairment of body functions. By looking at the facts about the nature and effects of alcohol, a person can make